So hello guys, welcome to this channel again, and as you know that we are started that one series called Windows Server Administrator, which is like nowadays this is a very requirement, okay, because nowadays actually if you go for the Azure and in the cloud, there is some Linux based administrator required, a Windows based administrator required. So what actually happen in there, okay, so you will get to know that in a detailed manner. I am going to provide this, okay. So now actually why I created this video, because recently actually before past 3 to 4 days actually we have implemented this is failover clustering on Windows Server, okay. This is so this is like you can say like data center, and or like we have a server already in on premises, which we can say that hybrid cloud, okay. And we have a servers Windows 10, Windows 19, this application servers. So on that of servers we are running our applications, and this is based on 2019, okay. So now our task is to implement failover clustering on Windows Server 2019. So using a remote installations, as you can relate that how you can install, configure using different configuration tools like that. So here in our case we have a jump server which we call a workstation. So before going to implement this clustering on that and on our server, so we need to know that okay, how many servers are there and which server we need to implement. So according to the business requirement we are going to implement. Got it? Okay, yeah. So first I have to jump log into my workstation, then I will see that okay, I have this much of servers and I have to implement on that servers. Okay, let's see. Okay, so before jump to the actual scenario, I just want to give give a particular scenario which we have worked, okay. So actually what we have did, we are implementing failover clustering on Windows Server 2019 to ensure high availability for critical services, okay. So those services which are running on here in our machine, we have to ensure that we have to high availability, okay. So we have already 2 physical servers. You can take these 2 physical servers, okay. You can take n number of servers according to the requirement. So for the just for sake of demo, or you can say that for POC, I have taken this server 1, server 2, and it may be like according to the requirement you may get that 2 server, 3 server, 4 server, okay. So as of now I am taking 2 server, server 1, server 2, and you can see that both are running on 2019. And here what we will do, we take remotely, we can take remotely and install the failover clustering feature on both the server and deploy a 2 node failover cluster, okay. So this is how we are going to work. This is the remote management, and you should have to know that how, okay. So right now one thing, you have questions like you may ask one questions to me like why we are doing clustering, for what reason, okay. You have some questions, right? So in your mind, so yeah, like I just want to clear that. So here I have mentioned that fault tolerance, for disaster recovery, for maintenance without downtime, business continuity. You can take any of these, okay. So fault tolerance means failover clustering provide like fault tolerance by automatically transferring service or application operation for one node to another, okay, in the event of the failure. Or like this ensure that the services remain available even if one node goes down. Okay, you can think similar like Kubernetes clusters, and like where your application is running, and like the number of virtual machines so in the pool. So you have like such capabilities like availability sets kind of things. So when the one like machine goes down, so there is another machine should in the backup, so it give the content, okay, to the outside world. So this is the thing. And for the disaster recovery, for the generally purpose, okay, disaster recovery. So what happened in case of disaster recovery of major hardware failure, clustering clustering facility rapid recover by failing over the alternative node or site when redundant copy of data or service are maintained. Okay, fourth one is like maintenance without downtime. Okay, business continuity also important for organizations that require continuation operation and critical service. So that regarding failover clustering ensure business continuity by minimizing the impact of hardware and software failures, right? So let's move to our practical. So I gave this proper structure, like what the scenario, what will the reason, and how you gonna implement. So next move to the practical part, and we will see over there. So as you can see here, okay, we have this is my chum server, and this is the server, actually server manager. This is very important. Okay, so you can see here there is n number of server present here: DSCP, DNS, ADDS, ADCS. Okay, what I will do, I will going to add a server which I have requirement. So as I said that we have a proper structure, proper server which I gonna provide you a similar situation in organizations. Okay, so when you click here add server, you will see here there is a plan couple of options over here, and our organizations like this, and find now. If you click on the find now, you can see here there is n number of server 1, server 2, server 3, server 4, right? And this is Windows admin. So my task is what I have to do. Let's check the see. I have a server 1, server 2. Okay, so I can see here server 1 and server 2 already present, and this is running on 2019 Windows Server Data Center. What I will do, I will check both of that and click here and place it here and just click OK. Got it? Once you click, then go to the all server. You can see here now server 1, server 2 is came. Now what we are going to do, we are going to implement before implement we will take remotely install the failover clustering features in server 1, this server 1, and by using add role features, where you will get here on the right click server 1 and you will get this. So so then you have to ensure that the management tool are included in the installation and the remote server will start if necessary. Okay, so I'm going to click here, and next you can read this thing. Okay, I have already did this one, so you can explore these things. I'm just clicking next, 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 and next. So in features, you can see here failover clustering. Okay, just click here, and this option will be okay, just add these features and click next, and please ensure that the required, and just install. It will going to install. Okay, now actually we have to do for a second server also. So just click here and follow the same rule. Okay, just click the next, 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 next. The feature section, come to the failover cluster and just add these features and click next and check this. Okay, register the destination server automatically if required. So just install the same process. Okay, after this we will going to deploy a 2 node failover cluster on the server 1 and server 2. So it is happening, and you can check here, this is already done, succeed on server 1. It is ongoing. Okay, and okay, this one also succeed. Okay, now in the part 2 what we will going to do, like task 2, we will deploy a 2 node failover cluster. Okay, for that what we have to do, click here, just minimize this or cancel that one, and okay, so there is options. You can check here whether it is succeed or not. Once it is succeed, server 1, server 2, then check here, there is a tool option over here in the right hand side, and there is a there is plenty of options you have given. So according to the requirement you have to do. So what we are going to do, we are going to deploy our 2 node failover cluster. So there is a cluster manager option over here. Just click here, and yeah, this, just ignore this one option, and don't close this, otherwise the that manager also like will goes down. Okay, so there is a option called where it is, let me check, create a cluster. Okay, here you can see create a cluster, failover cluster manager, and you can see the validator configurations, create a cluster, connect to a cluster. So I want to create a cluster. So when you create the cluster, you have like you have some options, and like next, and just add the server. I am going to add, I have a copied, I'm just copy and paste here and click add, same again, and now for the server 2 just click add. So once it is done, server 1 and server 2, just click next. So this is validating. So why we are so what that mean? So on the validation warning page, we have to ensure that like this, and yes, when I click next, run configurations validation test, and then return in the process of creating the cluster. Okay, and it will generate some report also. I will show you that one also. Okay, just click here yes and check it to the next, and you can read this one. There is no option, so just click next, run the test, all test. Okay, ensure this is check selected, and next, and yeah, so currently it is validating. I will show you what that mean. Once it is validating now, it will create one reports. Okay, that we will see what type of report it is. Okay, cool, 100%. So yes, so you can see here the result is the result came, and view report. If you check, you can see here failover, failover cluster validation report. And if you check your node 1, node server 1, server 2, it is started. Okay, and the result you can see here, succeed warning. Okay, result of the category, inventory, and many more server we have. That is the actually the report. Okay, now what I am doing, I'm minimizing this, and I have to do finish. Now I have to check this cluster name, so I want to give my cluster, and I have to uncheck this, and this is the networking part, and I have to give okay 192.168.1.0. so I'm setting this 10, and just confirm this again. Next, see, now it's creating a new cluster. So that validation report, we saw that okay, everything is good, and we can proceed that with that. So the node, you can see the cluster, you can see my cluster, and the node majority and this IP address. If you click here, the create cluster, and cluster is my cluster, and within the cluster there is a created node. Okay, I created node, one server, node, another server, and this is the detail of that server, complete server. And yeah, this is the report. So yeah, like, let's finish this. Cool. You can see here create cluster for our organization. So the name of the cluster you can see, and like failover clusters. Okay, here what everything I can configure here. Okay, failover, validate, add node. Okay, if I want to add node, the procedure is the same. Okay, see, my cluster is online, rules, you can define, validate the clusters. Okay, failover clusters on the web. Copy cluster roles. Okay, you can configure this storage role, nodes. If you click here, you can check here, so this is how you can we have created like this, we have installed failover, like clustering on a Windows Server 2019 for high availability for that server. Okay, using remote installations from the jump server. So this is the complete process, and if you have any doubt, you can reach out to me, or you can comment it out, comment in the chat section in the YouTube, so I can take as a reference the questions, and according to that I will like response, and or else you can personally ping me so that I can easily very closely like guide you. Okay, so let's wind up here, and okay, thanks.